So I'll just start with your new sitcom.
Yes.
Community.
Community on?
Community on NBC.
NBC starting September 17th, 9:30 after The Office, moving to 8 o'clock after 3 weeks.
Very
Go
good.
ahead.
Very good.
I can just rattle,
Yeah, that was really impressive. So tell me about the community.
About Community. Well, it's about a guy named Jeff Winger, who I play, and it's about a lawyer, a DUI lawyer, who has lied and cheated through most of his life to get what he wants and where he is. He does not have a bachelor's degree. He downloaded it from the internet, and it says Columbia University, but it's C-O-L-O. And now he has to get one from America because the state bar threw him out, and he has to get a degree in 4 years or he's banned from practicing law for life. So of course he goes to a community college thinking this will be easy, and he goes to one that has a professor who he successfully defended in a DUI. And of course, so he's like, I'm gonna get all the answers and all, this will be great because he owes me. Of course, the professor, being a drunk, does not come through for him. So for the first time in his life, he actually has to do work.
So tell me what it's like to work on a sitcom. How's it different from your job as host of Ease the Soup?
Well, this is a more elaborate setup right now than shooting the soup because we only have one camera and a green screen. And, shooting Community is like shooting a movie every week. It's a single camera, half hour, so, it's much more involved. It takes, every day is, 10 to 15 hours a day. So it gets tiring, but boy, I'm having time of my life.
I'm not gonna believe this, but the rest of the group is here.
Are you the board-certified tutor?
That means you do my homework, right, Seacrest?
I need to call my babysitter if we're gonna be later than 10.
What board certifies a tutor?
Where's Britta?
Not sure, but I invited more people from Spanish class. Is that cool?
It's the coolest. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and bring my jacket, wallet, and keys with me in case there's a fire.
What was it like when you first met Chevy Chase?
It was, it was one of those things where like, wow, here's an icon. Here's a guy I grew up watching, and he's a legend, and now I'm working with him. It's crazy. I could quote back Fletch to him. I can quote back Caddyshack and Vacation to him. It's just odd.
Which you do to make him proud.
Which I do at all times, which is now horribly annoying. I'd be annoyed. So yeah, I mean, it's just, it's crazy that he's on. It's just like, wow, there's Chevy Chase again. And so we share a trailer. So I'm sure that's pretty humiliating for him. Sorry, Chevy. You can have the rest of mine. No, but he's great. He's really great.
Do you ever run into any other sort of NBC stars like Tina Fey? Have you heard any?
I have never met Tina Fey, and I've always wanted to meet her. I've never met Amy Poehler, and I've always wanted to meet her. I've never met Steve Carell, and I love that guy.
So there are no sort of like NBC rivalries? People aren't coming for you with this new show?
No, there's been no threats lately, not yet.
So I have to ask how you prepared for this role. You play this sort of snarky lawyer, and I know you hate that word, so I want to ask, what alternative then to
the word snarky?
Yes.
I didn't start hearing the word snarky until I started doing the soup. People are like, well, there's a lot of snark in this. I'm like, I have never heard this word. And then apparently on the soup, we are snarky. So, all right, great. Obviously the soup is kind of a heightened version of me criticizing or being critical of television, whatever it is. And doing the role is, trying to play a character. So in my mind, it's different. Maybe people see it as the same. And I know that it's really fun to play this guy because, I get to do things that I kind of probably wouldn't do in my real life, which is lie and cheat to do stuff. So I really like the character because he's not your typical everyman. He's not an everyman. He's anything but. He's now for the first time in his life seeing the error of his ways.
So why did you decide to stay on with the soup and not kind of give up this gig?
Well, I love doing the soup, and I have great fun doing it, and I really look forward to doing it. And being a host was not something I had ever planned on. I got to LA to be an actor, and when that opportunity came up, I thought, well, if I can have like 1/20th of Greg Kinnear's career, then I'll be very happy, because he hosted Talk Soup and then made a transition to movies. And I just figured in this I have a good time doing it. It doesn't cut into the time that bad, because I can do jokes now remotely from the community set. I want all the Soup viewers to watch Community, so I will, cross promote till I'm blue in the face.
How do you think that TV has changed in the 5 years that you've been with the show? Is it getting worse? Do you feel like there's more material for you to work with?
I always think that TV and pretty much any art is always getting worse and is always getting better. I think that 90% of all art is bad, and then 10% has never been better. So for as bad as there are reality shows on, whether it's Date My Mom or one of the many dating shows or whatever it is, there's a Mad Men. And, there's a Battlestar Galactica, there's a Lost or a 24. And there's really good reality shows too, like Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe, Deadliest Catch, Andrew Zimmern shows. And so there's good reality shows, but for the most part, everything is pretty bad.
You said in another interview that you think most shows follow like 3 themes: vampires, cooking, and fat people losing weight. So
yes, that's what it's become this year.
What you have any predictions for next year?
Yeah,
What
now
we can expect?
it's 4 things now. Cooking shows, shows about fat people losing weight, vampires, and Community, premiering September 17th after The Office at 9:30. So no, that's the trend right now. I don't know what it is next. Hopefully it will be about community college.